In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get all 64 buckets, starting with bucket in front of you there. Make your way into the house and potato is on the couch. Next, make your way into the house across the street and you have wood just up on the pillar on the ceiling here. Then making your way into the arcade opposite the house here and you have bear just on the shelf. And then making your way into the store and tip is behind the counter. And night is just at the end of the street on the left here. Business is just on the donate board here. Moving on to Noob, so if you make your way to the playground, Noob is on the seesaw. Using the trampoline to jump up and grab coin. Nurse is in the back of this ambulance here. And then make your way into the hospital and you have sick in the left room. Moving up to that kind of haunted house there, so make your way up the slope. And starting with pumpkin just on the outside on the right here. And then making your way into the house, if you take a left, you have chair just on the chair. Down into the basement here, you have Sad, who is at the very end. Making your way back up, and if you enter the kitchen, you'll find Purple. Then making your way upstairs and sleeping is on the bed in the far room. Attic is of course in the attic, so make your way up there. And lastly you have Roof, who is of course on the roof, so make your way onto the balcony, climb up the ladder and you'll find Roof. Moving on to paint, so if you enter the house on the left, there you'll find paint, and then head upstairs and coffee is just outside on the balcony on the table. Making your way down to kind of the gas station, you'll find Trash, who is on top of the grey kind of bit here, and then Dumpster is just behind the shop in the dumpster. Moving on to Cone, so if you make your way down to the hospital, on the left side you'll see this tunnel and Cone is hiding inside the tunnel. Then at these cliffs, if you just jump up, you have I think 3 up here. So first you'll come across Rock, who is just on the right here. Realistic, so in the floor you'll see this kind of faded part right here. Jump down that and there's Realistic. And then Astronaut is just in the rocket there. Moving on to Picnic, really simple. This one is just in the picnic basket there next to the house. Red is in the back of the car there. Chip, if you make your way inside the gas station there, Chip is just hiding underneath the desk. And then for Green and Clown, if you just make your way to this dark patch here, jump down. Green is just behind the truss here and Clown is just by the back left. Moving on to Cloud, so if you make your way down towards the hospital and jump on the side of the rocks here. Make your way around and you'll see this kind of plank going across to a house. Just here. Jump in the chimney and that will blast you up to the clouds, and at the very end is Cloud. Moving on to Stud, so if you make your way down to where Desert is, this one is just on the wall inside the tunnel right here. So moving down to the desert, we have quite a few here. Starting on the right, you have Cactus, who is of course on a cactus. You have Duck, who is just in the water there. Hanging is in the well. Sand is just in the corner behind the Sphinx there. Tan is on top of the pyramid. And then if you make your way inside the pyramid and drop down, you have 3 buckets here. First you have Time, who is on your left. There is a timer. When that reaches 0, it will open, but it was open for me. I don't know if it's broke, but that's how you get time. And then you have this short obby to get, is it Pharaoh? And then on the far other side, just go ahead and jump over and under these lasers, and diamond is at the end. And then if you just make your way back up, so touch one of the lasers and then teleport back out, you'll find a pillar just in front of you though. And then Fishbowl, towards the back of the water, there's this kind of faded bit you can drop down. Gold is on the statue just on the left here, so jump up and grab that. And then your last one in desert is flower, and that's just in this hut here. Next, moving on to the jungle area or the forest area. First you have tower, who is on your right, so climb to the top of this tower and then make your way onto the roof, and tower is at the top. Making your way down to this kind of hut, you have window on the windowsill there. Make your way around, and tree is on top of this table. Fire, if you make your way down to that kind of campsite just behind the house, fire is on the campfire. Bullseye is down near those kind of archery area here. Brown, if you just make your way on top of this hut, brown is just on the ledge. And then honey is of course by the honeybees. Mushroom is just in front of you by the red mushroom. Blue, if you make your way inside the shop, at the back right you're able to jump up onto the roof and grab blue. Frog is just in the distance there on the waterfall. And then skeleton, if you make your way to the graveyard and enter the right graveyard here with the cross, there's skeleton. Water, if you make your way into this house here on your left, water is just in the sink. Camo is just hiding in the bush between the two houses on the left here. I accidentally grabbed that, but it's right here. Camping, if you teleport to the forest, camping is just hiding within one of the tents here. Wheel is on the pink car towards the back there. This wheel on the right. ID, so if you make your way to the graveyard and then make your way around the back of the house, for this one you are going to need your Roblox ID. So if you head to your profile at the top left there, you'll see your ID. So just jot that down and then type that in to the code pad, and that will unlock ID. Moving on to server, so in chat, type /e space chat with a capital C, tip with a capital T, no spaces, and that will teleport you here. Luck, you just need to keep resetting until you get here. There's a 1 out of 30 chance, so just keep trying until you teleport here. And lastly, you have group. Of course, you do need to join the group to grab that, but let me know if this video helped.